David, this is Hugo Forster. I said I would send you a video that discusses your online search engine optimization of your two websites and discusses why they're not, and one is showing up on the first page of Google but near the bottom, which nobody looks at. So I'm going to start in the beginning. Humans have been searching on Google since 1998, and Google stored every single one of those searches. And to most people's surprise, Google will reveal to you what those searches are, what the most frequent searches are. And what we're supposed to do is create on our website, we're supposed to create individual pages, all right? So under practice areas here, for example, you may want to create multiple pages of different practice areas you may have, but you want to create each page based on a certain phrase that is common in the industry that people use. So I'm looking in Google's records here, the 15 years worth of records. You have two lines of business here in criminal defense and foreclosure defense. And so I looked up in their records as to what people typically Google. Now, on the right side, local monthly searches, that is in the US. That's what people Google in the US. You don't want global stuff, all right? So if you scroll down here, you'll see that criminal defense, the high search volumes occur for criminal defense attorneys, lawyers, lawyer. All that phrase, criminal defense attorney, plus a location. People don't want to drive. They don't want to find out, they don't want to live in Los Angeles and get a search result for a New York criminal defense person, unless the case is held there. So there's a clue already. You should create pages on your website that address the locations in which you want to be found and the search phrase or the service or product for which you would like to be found. You'll also notice that people Google, if we look further down here, a federal criminal defense lawyer, or what else? Best. That's another big one. Best. People love to find the best criminal defense lawyer. You're in big trouble. You want the best. So whenever we do search engine optimization for websites, we create pages that contain the word best plus a search phrase plus locations. So your websites, all right, this one and this one, whatever locations you practice in. Now you want to be number one in Long Island, all right, but you mentioned a specific area of Long Island. It may turn out that South Long Island is not something that people search, but I would include it as a separate web page. So basically, you for this foreclosure website, you should have all the foreclosure phrases with a location for every location you want to dominate. And there must be foreclosures in Manhattan. I'm sure people bought condos and couldn't afford the condos. Maybe not as many as Long Island, but what if you could become number one in Manhattan as well, or Battery Park, or whatever the case is. Remember, people only want to travel 4 to 10 miles to meet with their attorney. They don't want to travel any further. So they will Google local search phrases. Manhattan, or more specifically, downtown foreclosure attorney. All right. So about these websites, let's have a look at the one that has the worst search engine optimization. When Google reads a website, it goes into the background, it looks into what's written in the background, and it looks at the title, the description, the URL up here, and it reads the words on the page. So if you want to be number one in Google, or on the first page in Google near the top, you want those 4 or 5 things to be in order. And I've got software installed here that will look at or diagnose your website to see if those things are in order. So this is your criminal defense website. Your URL over here, it should contain the phrase criminal defense, if that's the number one phrase you want to be found for. And in my opinion, it should be criminal defense Long Island, if that's where you want to practice. or or if that's where you want to get your cases from. The title is, when you Google anything, the search results, this blue line over here, that blue line is behind the scenes. It's behind your page. It's in the coding. We can hack into the back of your page here and see it. Okay, so there's a source. This is the coding that makes up that picture, the dark color of your screen, your photograph. But most importantly, Google's reading this thing called the title over here, and it's looking for the search phrases in there. And I don't see criminal defense in there. And so the search engine optimization diagnosis here is telling us your title is wrong. Look, there's a big cross next to it. Your description is what Google's reading over here. This is the black writing down here. It's looking for criminal defense in the background of your web page, and I'm not seeing any criminal defense over here. Actually, there it is once, okay, but it should have criminal defense Long Island, criminal defense Battery Park, and should have criminal defense attorney, lawyer, Battery Park. The keywords are totally irrelevant. Google and everyone ignores that now. Your headings, when you want to show up on Google for criminal defense Long Island, you should have paragraphs with headings. The headings should contain that important search phrase in there. You don't have any headings on this website. The images that are on there, you can put a label with the image. When you when you build the website, you give a label. You say there's a picture of you on there, and on that picture, okay, this is video, but if this was a picture, you put on there criminal defense attorney Long Island. All right, so if people put their mouse over it, little picture pops up and says criminal defense attorney Long Island. So that website, it has clearly no search engine optimization strategy. In other words, nobody's gone out and decided this is what people are looking for. Let's go build individual pages that contain those phrases. Let's put them in the correct places, meaning the title, description, the headings, and there's one more place Google is looking. Okay, it's reading like a human. It's reading this, and it's counting the number of times the word criminal defense Long Island is showing up, and it's not showing up in the most important place. In fact, let's look at the density. There are 227 words on this page. This is how Google's reading it. And the long keyword phrases, what Google considers a website to be about, like 4 keyword phrases, 4 to 5, it says R. David Marquez. So Google thinks this is a website about your name, not criminal defense attorney Long Island. So the other site you have, the second website, this one is better. I'm going to look at the diagnosis. It's got some of the important search phrases in the title. It has them a little bit in the description, but it's really underutilized. In fact, the Google says it's not done right. And the keywords are wrong. They are unnecessary. The headings are good. Look, they have Long Island Foreclosure Defense Lawyer in there. And let's go look at the keyword density for you. So here's your website. Let's go look at the density and see if they knew what they were doing there. The 4 keyword phrases. Oh, Long Island Foreclosure Defense. It's a little low on the density. It should be higher. Google thinks this website is about to read about, hear about, click here to read. So this, this is a better website, and it's also the reason why this website does show up in the 8th and 9th position on the first page, below the bottom of the page, okay, where people don't read, but it does show up because someone did do some good search engine optimization here. Not to say that it can't be improved upon. So in the big picture for you, David, it would be ideal to go and research what real humans are Googling when they're looking for you. It would be ideal to go build individual pages with those phrases. For example, criminal defense law Look how many searches that gets a month, right? And if you put a city with that, Long Island criminal defense law, you would dominate that search phrase. You'd be on the first page for sure, probably near the top. So for both websites, the one needs a lot of help. I mean, a lot of help. The other one is okay, but we could improve upon it a lot. And I would suggest, since this one's going to take a lot of work, we stretch it out over 3 or 4 months, and we just charge you a monthly thing. And what we'll do is we'll give you the diagnosis before as a checklist, and you can see everything that's wrong with it. And then we'll give you the checklist when we're done to show you that everything's better, all right, or fixed, right? The second website doesn't need as much work, but it basically needs additional pages. Well composed pages with the search phrase in the right density, distribution, by the way. You can't just put the search phrase all over that page. It has to be in the right places, in the right distribution. It has to be in the beginning more than in the end. But there's a formula to that, so you don't look spammy. And so that's your diagnosis for right now. And then I have to leave you with this final thought. People are lazy. They like to watch movies, not read. And so the latest cutting-edge technique of marketing online is to use commercials and have that beautiful, colorful thumbnail show up in the search results. So if I'm in St. Petersburg and I'm looking for the best St. Petersburg foreclosure defense attorney, because my house is being foreclosed upon, if a beautiful, colorful thumbnail like this shows up, or this, and both of these are mine, by the way. I created these for foreclosure attorney in St. Petersburg. If one of these show up, I'm much more likely to go ahead and click on that, especially because it's near the top of the page, than I would any of these others down here. And by the way, these commercials are beating top websites like findlaw.com, etc., and yellowpages.com. So let's have a quick look at one of these commercials.